Hello, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome back to Rangers Radio, Rangers 2, Morton 1. I'll let Fox comment, who's joined us on here. Myself, Fox, Jared back in the show. Fox, afternoon, mate, and I really don't know where to start.
I would just say good evening and thanks very much for listening, and we'll move on to Tuesday's game.
Right, do you want to take the positives or the negatives?
And I'll let you do it.
Right, I'll take the positives. In the first half, I gave 2 players pass marks, and one of them was 5.5. That was Robbie Matondo, and my other player that got pass marks was my goalkeeper, mate. I thought we were awful. They looked clueless, rudderless, and slow and ponderous. The midfield was non-existent. The touch of the forwards was poor. The movement to the whole team was slow and sluggish. My distribution with one attacking prowess. That was a long ball from Matondo to Matondo for goals. And I just don't know what's happening, and I don't know if we went forward. There were some guys who are maybe backup players playing there, and I'll be honest, Sterling, maybe even Lammers, and Matondo and Dow. Backup players potentially, as we said today. Doesn't mean it can't change. We're only judging them in one game. I thought Lundstrom was poor and we improved when he went back into defence because he wasn't in midfield. The positive for me was our goalkeeper and Danilo when he came on. Seaman and Hadji showed touches and brought her back to the team. But we were awful, Pops. Awful. Whatever decisions the manager's getting, he's getting them wrong. And he's shown to me that he's an inexperienced manager.
I wouldn't go that far, but it turned out probably what I thought was going to happen, mate. You take the creativity out the side and we struggle. And that's what happened in the first half. We made chances once again, but once again failed to take them. In fact, when you think about it, Jack Butland had 2 good saves, mate.
Yeah.
We go 1-0 down. We go.
Dessers was unlucky with his shot, mate. Nice touch, and obviously had it straight to the goalkeeper with a snapshot. That was a nice bit of play. Matondo burst through and then was running, had a cute angle, and then Dowell's free kick. But the creative part we're getting in the first half, Fox, was poor.
Yeah, the midfield for me didn't function very well in the first half at all. And I think as if the half wore on, it actually got worse. And then before you know it, mate, you're 1-0 down to a penalty kick. And we were struggling.
Actually, what? With Balogun, before it was merely a penalty kick than one against us.
I would agree with that. I think Kurt Broadfoot made a big deal of it. The boy definitely struck the side of his foot, but he done a big belly flop, and the review didn't get a penalty. I'd agree. I thought the Balogun one looked more of a penalty than the Broadfoot one. Mm-hmm. Anyway, the boy Gillespie stood up and sent Butland the wrong way, and we're 1-0 down.
Yes. And then we makes the substitutes. Yeah, well, we carries on and we gets a penalty. Well, technically it's a penalty, but I think in the old days you would have said it was in the soft variety, yeah?
Aye. But it was... carry on.
We gets it and Dessers steps up and puts it away. Who caused... Whether you think it was a penalty or you don't, the one we gave away, it was his poor touch that caused the incident, Fox.
I'd agree. That's 2 penalty kicks he's given away in a couple of games. One accidental handball and that one, which honest to God, I didn't think was a penalty. People might disagree with it, but
if he touched
been in the box.
If his touch is proper, that doesn't happen, mate,
Aye, he clears the ball if his touch is a bit better, correct?
Mm-hmm. Right, so we gets the equaliser for the penalty spot, brings on the subs, they run out of gas and we score a goal. A good goal for Danilo who brought energy and got the goal for us, and we had a lot of opportunities to score more goals. But then, even then, we still contrived to cause our own downfall. When Connor Golson looked yards off it, if you watch that game back, the one right at the last minute goes over the bar, the one that gets played over his head, he can't move, mate. He's no fit. Now, if we're trying to get him fitness in the Rangers first team, I know they talk about match fitness and all that. Arranged games, yeah, it's bounce games. No way. People are paying hard-earned cash, and we've got a standard. Let him get fit. Now, I think he will start on Tuesday, bizarrely, but he's miles off it, mate.
Can I disagree with that, mate? He didn't look 100% today. After about 60 minutes, I thought he was struggling myself. In fact, there wasn't any great successes apart from probably the goalkeeper and Ravi Matondo when he was on the park, brought a bit of life to the team. That's about all you can say. It wasn't a good day for the support mate who went there to enjoy a good game of football. Be pleasing for the Morton supporters because they put up a bit of a fight, but all in all, was the experiment worth it? I don't think so.
Did we miss James Tavernier?
Well, I think you see now that people were crying out for Sterling to start. It's his first start, and you've got to give him a bit of leeway, but he definitely never brought anything that Tav had. So people calling for to get rid of Tav might be a wee bit too critical and too quick to want rid of our captain, you know.
What's come out of that game is more questions and answers, yeah?
Aye, without doubt. Experimental side, mate. Taking Morton for granted that we could put out MD and give them a thrashing, but it doesn't turn out like that. As I said before the show, these are fucking these are journeymen. Going to ban me. These boys are good. Right, I'll accept it, mate. But these teams are well organised, and some of the boys can play good basic professional football, and they put up a good show today. I think their supporters will be happier than ours, mate.
Maybe a moral victory, right? We get these phone lines opened.
Do we have to?
I suppose we do. It's in our contract, isn't it?
Aye, okay.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972? It's your show. It's your platform. Let's hear from you.
So, more questions and answers. Some of the things we're doing, and I'm critical of the manager. Listen, I could put up an argument for selecting that team, what he done. Yeah, but some of the shape and the way we set up, mate, and where people are playing, I'm baffled, mate. I'm baffled. Now, maybe I'm an idiot and I don't see it. Maybe that's the case. Oh, sorry, I thought you might have put an argument up there.
No, well, I don't want to hark back to what I said pre-match show, but we're chasing for a bit of shape and a bit of cohesion in the side, and then we put out a team that's not going to give us anything like that. The more the first team picks play together, the better the understanding comes along, and the better they get to know each other, know each other's moves. And we're getting into a game now in midweek against a top-class European side, and I think we should have played that side today. Do you know what I mean? I think we should have started with our best 11.
I get it, mate. I get it, and that's what people will say. I mean, I think it was like 2/3 of the people in the poll last night thought we should put out our strongest team. And when you watch that today, it's hard to argue with it. But the counter argument of the manager will be we get through and we give people minutes and we got people fitter and we got people into the team and gave them some game time, you know. But watching that, it was poor fare.
It was poor fare. But we can't keep rattling on about it, mate. He's put out a team. They've got the result. We're into the next round. So suppose the manager will justify his selection by saying that.
Aye. I couldn't justify the selection when I was sitting watching it, Fox. You know, and I mean, there was people, whether you're selected or no, you're fringe players. We couldn't pass the ball. We were sloppy, everything. You know, and we had no good performers. You know, it's worrying.
Well, when you're setting out a team there with Balogun and Goldson who have played together, your right back, your left back, haven't they played in a back four? The midfield hasn't played together, Dowell, Lundstrom and Cervantes. And up front, you've got Dessers, Lammers and Matondo, who have intermittently played with each other. So, I mean, I don't see where you're expecting these players to just gel and suddenly stroke the ball out about. We did create enough chances, Ox, funny enough. Their goalkeeper, McDonald, had a great game. He had some terrific saves, you know. Sorry if you can hear the rain, so I don't go and battle them.
Right, I did have a couple of good saves. I mean, the one for Seema looked a good save. You know, but the game was petering out there. But even when the game was petering out, Fox, they had two opportunities. They had an opportunity in the last kick. I mean, an opportunity when Big Johnny had to make the last-ditch tackle, and they looked at that for an hour penalty kick as well. And if you watch goals in there, it's shocking. And if they think he's fit to play 90 minutes, they're kidding themselves on. And it's embarrassing. Anyway, we've been joined by old Davy, talking about embarrassing. We've been joined by old Davy. Afternoon, David.
You watch your language here, Davy, now.
That was a belter, by the way. That just made my day.
Thank you.
Powerly the Bears. Anyway, regarding what you were just saying, Ox, you were talking about Golson. See that big Dutch centre forward? He'll wipe a flare with him. That is a big worry. He was not at the races, and there was a few not at the races. At a point of, I think you were asking the day and yesterday about rotating, and that proves what rotating's all about. Absolutely garbage, by the way. And now, too many changes for a start. And the big boy that came in this season, it'll be interesting to see how the big boy comes in at right back. Well, I'll tell you, Tav, you've got no problem of losing your place because that boy he's not even close either.
Aye, let's what we've seen today, let's be fair on the boy, because it is his first start, you know, but he wasn't great and he didn't look to offer a lot going forward. You know, he was getting caught in the midfield sort of role, and between his crossing wasn't great, his movement wasn't great. Well, it's his first start, but if you're basing on what you saw today, what Tav brings to the team, well, it's night and day, you know, but that's only critiquing the day's performance. Davey, there's a lot of the tactics I couldn't work out, mate.
Well, that's been baffling as well. I think it was just the way he made all the changes. They just Hadji, I think, should have been on earlier. He looked good when he came on. You know, Lammers, he was all over the place.
Non-existent. Let's be honest, he was non-existent, mate.
Yeah, well, I'm probably keep cutting him a bit of slack, but they're very frustrating to watch. I knew he would sit in, but I mean, as Fox says, I've got a lot of journeymen. But the team that we should put out there should be able to handle that. And we were miles off it. Miles.
I agree. You know, Lammers was non-existent. I thought Lundstrom was poor. Cifuentes done okay in the first half without even getting pass marks. Looked a bit better for a period in the game when he played more central, when we moved Lundstrom back to the right of the back three. You know. Anyway, we've been joined by Blue Star. Afternoon, Blue Star.
Evening, Ox, Fox, and old Davy. Ox, there, I congratulate you, mate. I disagree with you a lot on here, and I'm telling you, you've been spot on there in your assessment. Absolutely spot on, mate. any guy out there, and I know we don't like slagging our team despite what some folk think. We want to see our team playing attractive football and scoring goals and winning trophies. Well, that for me today, do you know what? I'm not even angry because I'm looking at it and I call it as I see it. I'm not seeing any improvement, despite what Fox is trying to put across. There is no improvement, none whatsoever. The 11 that we started with today should have been more than ample to beat a team levels below us. As they said at the start of the programme, one of our players, not even the most expensive, was enough to keep their whole club running for the next 5 years. Now, one player, I will dig him because I can't work out where he's meant to be playing any time he plays. Explain to me what Lammers was meant to be doing out there today. Because he done nothing, Ox. Absolutely nothing. An empty jersey is putting it nicely. I'm thinking of all the fans that's in that ground today. And quite frankly, that was unforgivable what they were watching. Unforgivable. And that's how drastic it is. And I get the fact he's coming out the new and he's saying, well, we've got 6 new forwards and it's trying to integrate them. He's looked at Alan Hunt and he's just said, we played some great passages of play in the box. Ox, quite honestly, that's lies. No, they never. I'll tell you something. The guy that was running amok the first half, although his crossing wasn't the best, we know that, was wee Matondo. There was 2 balls that he put into the box. One, the first time when I watched it, I thought Dessers had just missed it in no more. He mistimed his jump. That's how he missed the ball. The other time that he put the ball across, Dessers wasn't even in the 18-yard box. The only player that was on the 18-yard line was Lammers. Now, where I would give Dessers a bit of slack is, he's playing the likes of Lammers and Dowles and that and Lindstrom and whatever behind him and Cifuentes. They've got to be up supporting. Now, for game to game, the only guy I see continuously trying to bust a gut, no matter where he is in the park, to try and get in that box to give whatever forward they're on, is Cantwell when he plays. But Lammers the day, Ox. Seriously. The guy never broke sweat. I don't even see him running on the park. Now, it's easy to pick fault. I get that, and you've got to look for positives. The only positive in that whole game was Matondo and our goalkeeper. Ox, tell me what our manager's working on in training, because nobody out there can see what our team's trying to do. I seriously don't, Ox. And you're the same age as myself. It's easy to criticise.
You were doing all right up to then. No, carry on.
You know, Ox, but I mean, you're trying to look for passages and intricate play and everything else. It's no there, Ox. He's playing with a load of individuals. Fine, he might be trying to construct them into a team, but he had the basis of a team there. He only had to change the forward line and maybe a couple in midfield. The other night, the midfield came on to a bit of a game in the second half when the other team tired. We get that. But you can't blame tiredness and unfitness in that game today. And the players that he brought in, it's easy for folk to say, but he's changing teams. It doesn't matter if he's changing teams. He's got the basis of guys that are costing millions and millions of pounds. They've got to be able to play better than that. The system was, there's no system. I can't work him out. I can't work out what he's actually trying to do. He told us at the start we didn't need wingers, Ox. He's bringing in Matondo last week, and because he changed the game, he starts the wee guy of the day. Didn't he put him in the pool for Europe? I don't think he knows what he's doing, Ox. I'm being serious. I don't think the man knows what he's doing.
Mr. Fox.
I can't say much against what the Blue Star's saying. I don't know where he got the bit. I was trying to butter it up and see it was a wee bit better, because I certainly never said that. I was all for playing our best team, Blue Star, and getting the match over, take them off. The more the team play together, the better they knit. And I was all against this experimental team today.
Fox, I get that, right. See if he starts for the likes of Cantwell and our best midfield, be Raskin in that today. Now, fine, I'm not saying the game wouldn't have been more comfortable. Undoubtedly, it probably would have been. But if you're telling me he's got the squad of players we've got, If you're telling me he's got to play that top 11 all the time, then we're in a but we're in a far worse state than what we even think we are, even after watching that. Because we shouldn't need to be putting Cantwell in out there against Morton. I'm sorry. No, we shouldn't. The team he started with today, I actually was quite overjoyed because I thought he'd done the right thing. And I'll stick by it. I do think he'd done the right thing. But it's once the game started, the first 10 minutes I thought we started like a train. And then they just seemed to lose their way. The passing, quick passing all stopped. They start passing the ball backwards. Ox was bang on when he's talking about Goldson. Ox, the guy he doesn't even look half fit. He looks worse than what Dessers did a couple of games back. So I just don't know what he's actually trying to do. I don't see what they can be doing in training when they can be so bad. And it's easy to pick in Dessers and that, but up front, the guy's getting no help whatsoever. I just don't get it, Ox. Honest, I don't. I really don't.
When I looked at the first half and it was a half time, I just felt that Lundstrom and Connor Golson were on the ball too much.
Yeah.
And whether you like it or no, and they're running about the halfway line, you've got to move it quick and you've got to get it to the guys that's going to create. And that's where you're looking for Lammers.
Exactly.
I think in the first 20 minutes or maybe half an hour, I think the guy touched the ball about 3 times.
Yeah.
Spot
on, mate.
Yeah, but it wasn't just his fault. I mean, that was a collective team poor show today. We can highlight personal individuals, but however, it was a collective team poor performance today, Davey, because, Lammers was non-existent. Desser's touch at times wasn't good. Golson didn't look fit. Big Balogun, who strolled through the game last week, was poor. The big boy Johnny started well, and then he started getting the ball away. Sterling, when he got the ball in the edge of your box and they put it out for a shy on the other side of the park, crossing it. Everybody, they're just collective. Now, the manager can't compensate or think that these things are going to happen, but we were poor all of the pitch, David.
Oh, you're spot on. So it's those Blue Stars and Fox, but I still maintain the amount of changes there. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and it definitely didn't work today. So he's got to learn for that as well. Even though it was Morton, they were up for a shift. And the way we went about it, the ones that had came in, we were just disjointed. It wasn't happening. So I think it's hard to call at this moment in time. It's hard to call. It's a bit early yet.
But if you're looking at that 11 with pick Fox, they'll come to Blue Star. There's only the left back that, if you think about it, isn't meant to be a recognised first team player. It's not as if we went there with 4 boys, 2 guys coming back for injury, and 3 guys that hadn't played all season. We never. We went with a recognised centre half. We went with Balogun, who started last week in the league. Yeah, 2 weekends in a row. We went with a guy we brought in, Sterling, who's meant to be part of our first team squad. My midfield, Cifuentes, Dow, and Lammers. Well, was it Lammers where he was playing? Lundstrom, who are all first team players. And then up front, you've got Matondo, maybe fringe of the first team in a moment, but pushing. And then Lammers and Dessers, who have been brought in decent money, Fox. So that's how the performance is so bad. Because these are guys that are part of your first team squad.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I agree 100% with you. I didn't think when I seen John Lundstrom in the middle of the park, mate, he's no creativity. The boy's a trier and he gets about the park, but he's not going to produce much in the way of through balls. I thought my front 3, Rabbi Matondo, played well, as I said, for the time he was on the park. But there was no movement and no through ball to let them run onto balls. There was just no creativity in the midfield, and we said that in the pre-match show, Oxford. If you've not got creativity in the team, how are you going to get chances to the forwards,
I think one of the first time that Lammers did touch the ball, he played it through to Dessers, and the referee blew his whistle too quickly.
Yeah,
That should have been allowed to run, and it was a goal because it wasn't a foul.
Yeah.
Because if that would have been in the net, and then they checked that back in VAR, it'd been a goal because the boy fell there. But anyway, and you come, Buster.
You're spot on again, and the same even with the penalty, Ox. I agreed with both of you. the one that was immediately before the one we go with Balogun. Oh my, that's a stonewaller all day long. He was all over the top of the guy. I'm looking at talks, and I, as you know, I do look at these games afterwards, and the way I'm watching it is out with Cantwell. No matter who he seems to put in the midfield, it seems to be 90% of the time they're spraying the ball about from side to side backwards, and the odd ball gets punched through. And out with Cantwell, up to now, it seems to be the midfield aren't really bursting into the box to support whoever he's playing up front, i.e. if it's Dessers or whether it's Danilo. There was twice in the first half, the two cracking crosses put in. And Danilo Dessers was in the box. He had five defenders round about him, and there wasn't another blue shirt near that 18-yard box. I just don't know what the drills are in training, Ox. These are basics, and that's what's getting me. That's what's really irking me. They're basics that you do in training for schoolboy right up, and I'm just not seeing it, guys. And I'm trying not to be negative because I want my team to be successful more than MD. I want us winning trophies, and I'm saying, right, you get time for game to game. You've got to be seeing progression. I swear that I'm not seeing progression at all. I really am not. And even the other night when we put that serviette out, you only need to look at the first half. Guys, this is not working. Whatever it is he's trying to do, it's not working. And that's the worrying thing for me. We can't go like last season, going from game to game, playing a half here and playing a half there. Our players have got to have it drilled into them. They play to certain systems. They play that way, and that's how you get better. The more you do a thing, the better you become at it. Guys, I'm not seeing it. I really am not seeing it. It seems like it's a collective of individuals. And quite frankly, guys like Lammers today, I mean, if that's him playing against the least quality we'd play against in our league, they're not even in our league, that's worrying, Ox. Honestly, that's worrying, mate. It really is. Where's the passages of play? You've seen a wee guy running out in the wing, it's not even getting a game for us. And he's causing more bother than the rest of the team. I'm not seeing the passages of play that he's supposed to be working on. I'm just not seeing it, guys.
You can have games of football when it doesn't go right for you, Davey, where the goalies are kicking them off the line, you hit the post, the goalie's making save after save after save, and then somebody does go up the park and scores with their first effort. And you think, how did that happen? But that wasn't that today. Morton had some decent possession, could have scored maybe 2 goals, could have. And Butland is your best player in the first half.
Yeah.
Jack Butland was your best player in the first half.
Yeah, you're right. You're definitely right. But I think at the end of the day, you've got to remember, I think, when we're playing a block like that, you've seen it against Livingston. When they came out, we opened them right up. And that's when these players that we've got are at their best. They're just not that clever now at trying to break down the tightness. But when the other team opens up, they look a lot better players. I mean, that's just my opinion.
I feel you didn't think they played the low block, Fox, did you?
Oh, well, they did play defensively, but when they came out, mate, they didn't sit 10 men behind the ball the whole game. They tried to come out and play football, and they had some nice passages of play during the game. I mean, for us to say Jack Butland was our best player shows you that they didn't sit in the whole game, because they did have chances. And that could have been a different result on a different day. I was just dejected watching it, mate. And I feel sorry for the likes of Cifuentes and other players like that who, if you're not playing with your regular midfield, how are you supposed to get an understanding with your midfield? You can't do that in training. It's got to be on the park, in competitive games. And as I say, we got away with it. That's the only good point I can say is we got away with it. We were into the next round because there was nothing else that excited me in the game.
No. Well, the manager will get criticism for this Blue Star. And you'll be give an argument why he played individual players, and ultimately they players let him down. And some of the players are his players now.
Absolutely, and you were bang on in what you said there. If you get through every position, the guy Sterling in the first half, I was glad he came on because we all wanted to see what he was capable of doing. He leaves Tav out and he plays Sterling, and the first two balls that he puts across were nowhere near ending. You're saying to yourself, well, obviously you're missing. He's no great at cross balls. I just. For me, it's a positioning. The one that was glaringly obvious, especially the first half, you got it right when you said, I think he touched the ball about 3-4 times. The guy Lammers cost us the best part of 3.8 million quid. Ox, and I'm sorry, for money like that, when we're scarce of it, we've got to be seeing more, and that's game after game that he's played now. Guys, I'm not seeing it at all. And a few of them said last night when we were on, he played no bad in pre-season. Pre-season is pre-season. He's playing against a team level below us today. Whether, irrespective of whether he's playing next to guys that he's not normally playing next to at all, you're still expecting to see something for individuals. The individual performances were dire. As a team, they were just all over the place. There's no link up. There's no passages of play where you're looking and you say, that's what they're working on. And that's what's getting me, Ox. You're talking about individuals. Take Matondo away out of that first half. Ox, what would we have had? Be serious. Absolutely nothing. That's worrying for what we're supposed to have out in that park. I just don't get it. And it's not about the players that's missing. The players that we still had on that part today, they should still be playing to an overall kind of system. It ain't there. And that's what I can't get my head around. I just can't.
David?
I think Fox summed it up very, very clearly about it's one of the games. We go through, you move on. But you're going to be concerned for Tuesday. If the back, I don't see that back four being the same anyway. It's the done and dusted. It's gone. You move on, but it's worrying where we're shaping up to go because everybody's on the same page here about what's going on. Where are we heading? It's a concern.
It's we're moving into the middle of August. The fitness and rustiness should be gone, Fox. And people should be fit and up to speed. Obviously, there's players coming back for injury that you can look at differently. Roof and maybe Golshed, and maybe if we got that right, Fox, tell me what you think. Have we got that right?
No, I keep going back to about playing our best team. Doesn't matter who you're playing, mate. If you go back years ago, mate, Rangers played. You knew their first team was going to be every week, and players only came out the team when there was injuries or somebody was playing badly. You never change a whole team and think it's going to knit together straight away because it just doesn't work. It's like driving a motor and saying I'll just take one spark plug because I'm only going down to the shops. Do you know what I mean? Everything will run all right, but it doesn't. So I don't know what else to say. It's been a depressing afternoon. Some people would have enjoyed some parts of the game. There was some nice wee touches in the game. We did create chances which we never took. But overall, in general, it was a poor display.
Aye. More questions and answers, Blue Star. That's my worry.
Ox, again, spot on, mate. No, the one I don't think any has seen coming. The one for me, as soon as I seen the team, I was gobsmacked. I honestly didn't think he would have started with Butland today. I thought young McCrory would have got a game. I mean, he's not young anymore, although I keep saying young McCrory. I thought he would have been a stick-on for the goals. But I'll tell you, after watching it, I'm glad Butland was in. I'm trying to be honest, Ox. I'm doing my best to be positive. I really am. I'm looking at it, mate, and you're spot on again. There's more questions than answers. I just don't see us getting any better. And I get Fox's point. Olden days and that, you always kept a winning team on the park. But if that was the case, you'd be working off of 13, 14 players, not a squad of 30 odds. And we were all crying out to see the likes of Sterling and that playing. So I don't know what the answer is. I'd love to know what they're doing in training, honestly, Ox, because passages of play, I'm being serious. I'm not seeing it. I'm seeing individuals creating wee things themselves, but certainly not as a team. And I'm even going with his so-called top 11. I see it mostly coming for Cantwell running all over the park, which is inconceivable because that doesn't happen in the modern game. It's as if Cantwell's having to do far too much because there's certain ones in the team that you're saying to yourself, well, what is it they're meant to be doing? As I say, the one that was glaringly obvious today was Lammers. And I get the fact that you can just be out for him or you can have a poor game. I've seen the guy doing nothing. Absolutely nothing. And I'm saying 4 million quid.
No, since the season started. He's done nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly, mate.
I don't think he was alone today. I thought the boy Dowell was poor as well, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I absolutely. Even Cifuentes, if I've been truthful, and he was the one I've been bumming on about. I even thought he was pretty poor. It's fine, it's a bad day at the office. You can put it like that, but you're looking at it and you say to yourself, we're into the middle of August now. We've got to be better than that in all the games. You don't want to begin backwards. You've got to be seeing clarity and going forwards. I'm just not seeing it, guys. I hope I'm wrong. I really do hope I'm wrong. But at the moment, I'm not seeing it at all, even with so-called best team in the park. I really am there.
I'll be gone and dusted if we get a result on Tuesday, Fox. But the team will change dramatically. It'll be what? The captain will come back in, Suter will come back in. He'll play goals. Suter will come in on the left of defence, which maybe isn't the way to go. Barisic will come back in, Cantwell, and Raskin will play. And the front, we're still which we're front three, Fox? What is our front three?
I like the look of Big Seamer, mate. I like when he comes on. He adds an injection of pace. The thing is, we've got Matondo on the left and Seamer comes on and playing the left. Can one of them go to the right, where you've got pace on both sides? Does that not make sense?
Matondo's not in the European squad.
Not in the squad, aye.
No. Well, that's possible. That's true and all, right enough. As I say, I'm all for seeing these other players like the boy Sterling, mate. But it's easy to take one out your first team and put Sterling in to give him a chance, right? But you get the game won and then you give the rest of them a chance. You don't put them all out in the same team in the same day and hope that they're going to knit together and look tremendous, because I didn't think it would work out that way, and it didn't work out that way.
So are you telling me we'll get an inexperienced manager then, Fox? Is that what you're telling me?
I don't know. I can't make my mind up, Michael Beale, mate. I'll say one thing, right? He's got a good eye for a player. I think he's improved our squad for last year. I think the value of the squad is far exceeded what it was last year, with loads of players getting out of contract that were worth nothing. But I'm a bit like you, so I'm a wee bit worried at times that he plays this system and doesn't deviate for it. And if you're an opposition manager, it's probably quite easy to pick faults in our team and exploit them when you play in the game.
Hawks, can I ask you, would you start with Goldson on Tuesday? The reason I'm asking, we all know the same thing. Tav and Goldson, we always think are automatic starters. See, to be truthful, and I will say it, I would have started with him. But after that performance today, mate, I'm being serious. He was badly lacking. He had no pace whatsoever. I just don't know. I think that injury's maybe been far worse than we thought. He's brought him maybe back too early. But on that performance today, not a chance. But that's another conundrum, isn't it?
Aye, I wouldn't have played him today.
So who do you play if you don't take? Who do you play then if you don't play Goldson?
That's what I'm saying, folks. You're only
Suter.
left with Balogun and Suter, aren't you?
Well, Balogun never had a great game today either.
No, that's what I'm saying, folks.
So.
Exactly, but when he played Balogun with Suter in was it the Livy game, I thought the two of them were tremendous together. And again, you're right, Balogun wasn't great today either. I get it, mate. You know, so I don't know.
Can I come in there, Rob?
Let me think about that, Davey.
Well, regarding, we're talking about Balogun and Goldson. I think Balogun doesn't play well when he's, especially where Goldson is at the moment, playing the way he is. I think that showed that we badly needed Suter there. Not that we should have. I felt with Goldson playing the way he was playing, Balogun was getting the heebie-jeebies, and it was not helping him. Could be wrong.
I don't think we can blame Goldson for Balogun's terrible effort at clearing the ball just before the penalty. But I think we've been joined. It's Balogun's fault. We've been joined by Kilmarnock. All right, Kilmarnock.
Good afternoon, lads.
How we doing, mate?
Afternoon.
Give us your thoughts, mate.
I'm suicidal again watching that. I've got to agree with Blue Star. There's just no improvement. And it looks like money with things up against a wall so far on this viewing. That front line's awful. It keeps on persisting with Dessers. I think he started every game, Dessers, and I don't get it. It's the day Danilo should have started. He looks the one that's going to actually score goals for us. Then he brings him on and puts him out to the wing. He needs to be central, that boy. And it's just there's nothing there. There's no. Everybody said it. There's no shape. There's the odd passage I play, but it's just worrying. Worrying against Morton. Come on.
I don't disagree, man. Yeah, I would have played the two of them today, Danilo and Dessers, to try and see where it goes and try and get goals. Ultimately, the two of them got a goal, but Dessers' touch looks off it, and Danilo, he's a guy that's going to need to score goals and thrive in confidence. But the shape, either we're no clever enough, or everyone is missing it. Kilmarnock.
Oh, I think collectively, I think lots are seeing it, and Beale's just he's just not doing it for me at the minute anyway. And who he's brought in, and I agree, Lammers was great in pre-season, and he's just looked up. He's producing nothing. Yet he keeps getting thrown in as well. First of all, I thought Hadji was great. Came on, changed things, made things happen, and he was definitely playing for a shout for PSV, and we just need. They've been paid big money, and Tuesday that's when they need to click. But we've been saying that for the last couple of games, haven't we? And we're waiting for it, but there's just not been every game. There's big poor patches in it.
Aye, and plus the other team have got opportunities to score. I mean, a lot of opportunities to score in every game.
I watched PSV last week, and they were just so fast, that young forward line, and their wingers, and as I say, it's over there, but it's going to be hiding behind the couch stuff, isn't it? hopefully no. As I say, I'm still hoping that we're going to click, but it's hard to see where it's coming from.
Oaks in the first half, the worrying bit for me in the first half, I think their goalkeeper rolled the ball out to one of their centre halves, and the guy just punted the ball right over the top of the midfield and stuck it out to the outside right. There's a yellow shirt standing, and there wasn't a blue shirt near him. And the guy in the commentary even mentioned it, and he says, this is a Rangers team, he says, and there's not even a back kick near this guy. This guy's able to put it into the box wherever he wants. And you're looking at it and you're going, this is Morton we're playing against. And they're able to do that. And our defence wasn't even... The positives, the only positive box, honestly, you're hoping that whoever he picks on Tuesday, they all click and they can put on a display. Because I'll tell you, and I'm not being funny, I don't need to tell you, we all know what's happening if this goes pear-shaped on Tuesday. Our manager's going to be under absolutely immense pressure. And it's not even going to be because of the result. It's simply because we're not seeing anything. We're just no. It's got to improve dramatically. It has to. And we said that a couple of games back, and it's not happening. And I take Vox's point. He changed it today. But if you're telling me that the players that he's putting on the park, and you were right, Ox, most of the guys are still first-team players. They're first-team squad players, not the races. It's the actual movement and the passages of play that's concerning me. It's as if they're not playing to a proper strategy and system. I just don't see it. And the other day there, when he had what I think is near enough his top 11 on the park, it's mere individual performances I'm watching. So you're not seeing it as a team performance, and I get sometimes that takes time, but he's not got the time because he needs results. And we can only hope it is going to improve tenfold, but the jury's out. There's more questions, as you said, than answers.
Mm-hmm. Fox, you're a positive guy by nature.
And? I'll just wait and see what we do on Tuesday, mate. Let's know right after the team, and once we get our full 11 onto the park, I think we can cause problems to any team, but it's not doing as much good. The support will take that game today. The papers will slaughter us, and it puts a downer on the support, mate, at a time we don't need it. And a convincing win today, okay, it was against Morton, that if we'd have beat them 5-0, everybody would have been happy, you know. But now people are doubting us for Tuesday. It's up to the team to come out and show us what they can really do, and Michael Beale needs to get it right on Tuesday.
Yeah. You get any sympathy for the manager, Marnock?
None at all. He's been given everything he's wanted, hasn't he? And again, I'm just not seeing it. Many games that we played, counting pre-season, 8 or 9. And
yeah, we played two league games, League Cup game,
two Europe.
So that's 5, and then obviously the pre-season games, maybe about 5 of them in total. Yeah.
So
9
10 games. 9. Yeah. Right. So we should be seeing something, shouldn't we? We should be seeing a bit of consistency, a lot of good. I think at times they're just overplaying it as well. Get in that box, just touch after touch, and just try to walk the ball in the park rather than just Hadji today. Just put his laces through it and was just try to pass it in. But I don't blame Hadji. He's no really been involved.
He looked better than Mace when he was on the day.
Yep. He's done a lot more today than Lammers has in the last 3 games. So I can keep going on about Dessers, but I'm hoping he's going to turn it around as well. But I just don't see his movement. Don't get him mind. That good we swiveled into that touch and swivel, and the keeper saved it, which was a good move. But just hoping and praying that he clicks on Tuesday, picks the right team. Hadji's in a Euro squad, isn't he?
I believe so. I without checking. I mean, he's done.
Aye, Hadji's in the squad. Aye,
he's done enough to get that right side for him because the right side spot because nobody else has in the front three.
Yeah, he starter for me.
You know, but I hope Beale's it's a marathon and that becomes slow at the box and he gets it right. But we can only critique Davey what we see. We can't be dishonest and say everything's rosy because the football has not been great, as well as some of the results haven't been great.
You're spot on, Oaks. I'm reserving my judgment after the player of man came up. The way that comes and goes and see how that goes, and then I'll make form my opinion. Because I think, I know it doesn't look great, but away we play that man came up, see how that goes. This is Fox and us, the old Git Brigade. We will be there, boys. We will be there.
The old Git Brigade.
But we've got three games before they play them Kilmarnock, and every game's big.
Yeah.
It's massive. Sterling, I think Sterling's just a defender. I don't think he's a player that's got to be a Tav or a Borner who's been up there wings to put the crosses in. I don't think that's his style. So again, he's brought him in, and it's not a like for like. If that's the style he's wanted to play, if the same style as last season, but I don't see it. Why would you bring him in? You would bring somebody in. It's an overlapping kind of fullback, know what I mean? But so I can't really judge Sterling on that today. He wasn't that great at the attacking side of his game, but I don't think that's him. I think he's a defender first and foremost. That's why we bought him. But again, not any shape. I don't see what system he's bought him for. Unless it's a three at the back. That's why he's bought him in.
Right. What disappointed me was that I thought he didn't look particularly energetic or quick. If I'm being honest on that today, he was just neat and tidy, getting the ball in, passing it sideways. When he got the opportunity, when he got forward, hanging out in the wing, he tried to cross it. Yeah. You know, without any quality. I mean, his game was summed up when he put the ball right out for a throw in the other side. Yeah, but it's his first start. If somebody was bombing down the wing, then that can buy a player and putting a hard cross in and overhits it, you think, all right, okay, it happens. But that performance today, you're saying, right, okay, he's a guy who can only sit at the right back position. And we don't, for most of the games we play at Ibrox, it is Tav style we need rather than, if you like, a traditional right back to Kilmarnock.
That's what I think he is. So he's square pegs at round holes, isn't he? He's trying to push him forward, the exact same as Tav, but he's not that type of player. It's not his game. The defenders they can be limited. You know what I mean? As in, you obviously see a big central defender getting up to the edge of the box and blasting it out of the bar. You know what I mean? Sometimes there's a lack of composure. I'm not saying they're all like that, but central defenders they're good at timing, they're good at clearing. But when it comes to placing balls, they're a lot of them are chronic. You know what I mean? They're just big muscly guys. You know what I mean? And compared to your centre forwards and your winger.
I mean, when I looked at that 11 today, Blue Star, before we start finishing up, the only guy who wasn't, if you like, a first team, a guy who was competing for the first team who's learning his trade was the left back, Big Johnny. Yeah?
Yeah.
The rest,
absolutely, mate. Absolutely.
They're on first team wages. Yeah?
Yeah. Without a doubt. And as I say, that's the worrying thing. I say it again, for me, it's more kind of individual performances. I'm not seeing a team performance at all. I really am. For me, the last couple of games, it's been between Cantwell and Raskin running things totally. Cantwell especially. I mean, the guy's just all over the park. You take him out of that team, and I seriously think we're sadly lacking. And the most worrying thing is, he told us he was bringing in quality. Now, you can have all the quality in the world in individuals, but you've got to mould them into a team, and then you get everybody saying, well, you've got to give them time. But that only works if you're seeing performances from game to game. We're not getting that, mate. So there's a lot of work to be done in that training pitch. There definitely has to be. And we can only hope that it's going to come good. But at the moment, the jury's out. There's more questions than answers, as you said, mate.
But the training pitch between now and the Celtic game that Davey mentions, we might have 3 full training sessions. That's what we've got. It's not a lot, though, man. Oh, I lost the man. Davey, in you come.
Oh, you're sorry on. Carry on, man. Carry on, son.
Sorry, I missed the question. We're
not going to have a lot of
questions
training.
And answers.
We're not going to have a lot of training, man, between now and the international break, because we'll not train tomorrow, and then we'll go on Monday and start preparing for Tuesday. Then we'll be off Wednesday, maybe Thursday, or maybe half a session on Thursday. Then back in Friday, doing some prep work for the game on Saturday morning, and then they'll be off on Sunday, travel Monday, training on Holland on Tuesday for the game Wednesday. So it ain't going to happen in the training ground.
No, the clock's ticking. The clock's ticking for this team. And I still want us to enter this Champions League. And I know the second prize is the Europa League, but almost to Tuesday, isn't it? We want to be able to pick the right team and the players to actually turn up and do what they're getting paid good money for. That front line needs to get the ball in the net. But it's who he picks. You don't know who's going to pick. Cifuentes, Raskin, and in the midfield,
Cantwell.
Yeah. Cantwell, aye. Yeah, it's just who up front. I think it'll be Seema. I'd pick Seema. Danilo and Hadji on the day's performance. And the back four picks itself.
Ryan Jack will be playing, whether you like it or not. Come on.
I know.
Well, aye, well.
He's rested in it.
Mm-hmm. Anyway,
so basically, Ox, that going on what you're saying, and we're agreeing with you. That is his top 11. The only way he can change that is if he played Danilo along with Dessers. But basically, what you're saying, and you're right, Jack will play. It's absolute stick on. That is, we keep saying we don't know what his first 11 is. We do know what his first 11 is. But when that's played, that's not exactly work. So maybe Fox is right. Maybe that's what he should have started with today and hoped that it worked to get a couple of goals, and then you take so many off. But for me, the team that he put out today should have been far and away more than good enough and still been able to play Morton off the park. Okay, it didn't work. We got through. That's the main thing. But we can only hope for Tuesday. As you say, the passages I play for the next couple of games, the pressure's on. The only game you've got is Ross County away, and then you've got them. So they're massive for them. Absolutely massive.
Right, last word for your good self, David.
Yes, great again, guys, to be on. Pleasure talking to my old pal, Foxy Boy, and you, Ox, and the rest of the guys. So get the heads up, guys. We are the people. Good day.
Well, cheers, Davey. I think with the way Michael Beale's setting up the team, both are it's we Nara people, isn't it?
Aye, good Gene, mate. We are the people, Ox. Something they can never be, and it's onwards and upwards. We can only hope our manager gets these things right and our team gets better. So here. Thanks for having us on, guys.
Cheers, Dominic.
Aye, thanks for having us. Let's get a home win on Tuesday to take care of there, and then we'll see what happens.
Oh yeah, the results bring confidence. In fact, they've been 2-1 on Tuesday night against PSV. Conversation's different. Then you're looking just to go to Ross County when momentum's growing. But that performance today is the momentum stalling. Dominic, yeah.
Yep, aye. But we live in hope, don't we? We all live in hope.
Of course we do, mate. Of course. Right, thanks. Always great to hear from you, mate. We always love when you come on, mate.
Cheers, Ox.
Mr. Fox.
I'm still trying to work out where we're travelling on Mondays again. No eyebrows.
Oh, sorry. So next week.
Sorry, pal. Right. I just want to apologise for my wee slip of the tongue. And doing this show for 12 years, I've never made that mistake. So apologies to everybody.
I must have missed that. I must have missed that.
Said a bad word. Anyway, I'm looking forward. I'll look forward to Tuesday, and the hopes will still be high for me on Tuesday that we'll get a result. So it's a Blue Star say upwards and onwards. That's it.
Onwards and upwards, he says.
Aye. Well, there's times I wish I cut you off. Right, cheers.
All I will say about that slip of the tongue with the yellow card you got shows you need to come on more often so that you're more polished. That's all it's showing me. Listen, can I thank Blue Star? Can I thank Dominic and all David? Great to hear from him. Fox for doing the show, all School Blue for doing the technicals. Rangers Radio will be back Monday night between 8 and 10, talking about all things Rangers. And I think it could be an interesting evening. Take it away, all School Blue.